Welcome to Nin, Dr. Feelgood. Hope you're excited. Maybe you're not feeling so hot and you need to go to the doctor and give him a hot shot of Is It cards. Look no further. We are here. As far as opening hand goes, yes, we're going to keep on this one. I like this. We've got a blue-red source of Pluto Delta. We're off to a quick start with Sol Ring. We also have a way to get down Talrand and slowly build up a really nice token army. And we're playing against Gonti. And if you don't know about Nin, the paint artist, we've got a bunch of really big payoff spells in here. So we'll see if our opponent can't maybe borrow some of Dr. Nin's medicine to end up with a really fun Black Friday for our opponent. But yes, I'm excited. Let's see if our opponent wants to mulligan past 6 or not, and then we'll get this game going. Okay, so our opponent's good to go, and then they are on the play, so we'll let them get this turn started. We're playing Nin, Dr. Feelgood. For activated ability, Nin deals X damage to target creature. That creature's controller draws X cards. So, and I'll kind of explain what we're doing with this particular deck here in just this. Oh, we're not going to rip into that just yet. That's some pretty gnarly mana ramp. I don't want our opponent to scoop. Not saying our opponent would do that, but when you go Sol Ring into Fellwar Stone, sometimes that does happen. That's Magic Online. All right, so we're going to just ease into this fast mana. Yeah, because we can still get down Talrand next turn, so we'll just go on past turn. But yeah, we're playing against Gonti, Lord of Luxury. Death Touch, whenever Gonti enters the battle, if you look at the top 4 cards of target opponent's library, exile one of those cards face down. Then yeah, they're going to see too once I go for the Transgress. Yeah, I mean, we could have gotten down Fellwar Stone, but I'm going to be honest. Like, I like our opening hand. I want to get down Talrand. This is just one of those times where I know what's going on with Magic Online sometimes. You know, people scoop to that. Not saying our opponent would, but if you're wondering why I didn't do that, that's why. It's not me being nice. It's me just wanting to play a good hand, and that's basically what it is. So we're going to go and slam it down now that our opponent did end up taking Talrand. Bummer. We'll go for, actually, we want to go for Nin, I think. Yeah, I like that. Let's get down Nin instead. We go for Nin and go for Fellwar Stone. That's going to be good. So we get down Nin, Dr. Feelgood. Gonti's not looking so good over there. Maybe he's running out of some Aether, so let's see if we can't make him feel a little bit better. Let's go down for Fellwar Stone, and then we'll pass the turn to our opponent. But yes, Gonti, look at the top 4 cards, exile 1, put the rest on the bottom in a random order, and then they may spend their manas or any color to cast that spell. Also, before we jump into the decks, let's give a shout out to MTGOTraders. If you're looking to play Commander online on Magic Online, hit them up. Commander prices are really cheap right now. Be sure to check, if you play Paper Commander, check out Cape Fear Games to grab any sort of paper cards. And last but not least, if you're looking for a custom play map, be sure to hit up inkedgaming.com. You can use coupon code JOLT to get 10% off your order and help the channel out at the same time, which is always nice. And one more thing, let's say that you really enjoy one of my thumbnails, whether it's Unesh Value Train or Nin Dr. Feelgood. If you like that thumbnail, I've started posting images in the video description that you can use for wallpaper on your desktop computer. I put the text off and it looks like just kind of like magic art. So if that's something that you want, it's there. We'll get down Island, and then now it is free time. We can talk about whatever we want. So we've got Mystical Tutor that we could tutor for something. I want to get some sort of token enabler to just really start cashing some card draw so we can set up a really fun adventure, a really fun doctor's visit for today. We could Mystical Tutor for Gamble. Seems kind of suspect. Or we can just pop in for 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll see. Yeah, because Nin, what we're trying to do with this deck is this is a big Is-It deck. You know, we want to get to as much mana as quickly as possible and then just start casting at a huge epic experiment or whatever sort of just weird spells we can get into. Yeah, I think I'm actually okay with popping in for a little bit. Actually, we'll start digging through our, let's just dig through our library. Let's go for Ponder. Ooh, there we go. That is some really good mana. I like that. We'll put Is It Boilerworks on top. Mana Vault on top. Actually, we'll put Mana Crypt and the Mana Vault on top. Not going to shuffle our library. We'll get down Mana Vault. And I want to get that Mana Crypt too, so we're going to go for Impulse. And then, actually, we can set up a really nice epic experiment with all this mana that we've got. Put those on the bottom in any order. We're going to go get down Mana Crypt because we did see that Transgress the Mind, so I do not want to lose out on that. Then anything else? No, we're going to go and pass the turn. So at this point right now, since we do have a ton of mana established, we can go for Mystical Tutor on Epic Experiment. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is a perfectly fine Epic Experiment, but we're here to have some fun. And so what we want to do is Yeah, we don't want a Mystical Tutor right now. That would set up their Gonti trigger, which is not what we want to do. So they're going to exile a card. Once that gets done with that, we're going to go for Mystical Tutor, and we'll at least grab some sort of card that allows us to get some sort of enabler going. We'll probably end up grabbing Epic Experiment and then popping in for a ton of cards next turn, because that sounds like a great way to set up a really good Epic Experiment. That's kind of all this deck wants to do. Now, as far as our win conditions goes, yeah, what I mentioned, that's it. We can get down Young Pyromancer, we can get down Murmuring Mystic, Dawson Perfection, start building up some tokens. But for the most part, we just want to see what sort of win condition we can go for. We do have, I think, we do have one Storm card in here, and I think that's Empty the Warrens. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're going for, is Empty the Warrens. And then, actually our opponent, no, there is an Exile card. Okay. So there's one card in exile. Let's go ahead and go for Mystical Tutor. That way we don't forget about it. And we're going to Mystical Tutor for Epic Experiment, because I love that card. And okay, good. I always get worried whenever we tutor for cards if Gonti's stolen. It always makes me mad. So we're going to go for Epic Experiment. That's going to go on top. And we're still going to pop Nin. We want to get down as many artifacts as possible, because one of the fun things about this deck is if we're back in a corner and we absolutely have to just simply go for an Epic Experiment, we certainly can. But one of the fun things for this deck is to get down cards like Pyromancer's Goggles, ways that we can amplify those cards out of our hands, and that's what makes it fun. So that's what we're going to be trying for today. All right, so we got Gonti swinging it for 2. That will put us down to 27, and kind of off to a slow Gonti start from our opponent, which is perfectly fine. This deck needs a lot of time to set up, and this deck, I wouldn't necessarily classify it as a glass cannon deck, but it's definitely one of the decks that you know, if our opponent's not breathing down our neck, it works out to our advantage. Let's go and choose Tails on this Mana Crypt trigger. Want to flip 1 for 1 on our Mana Crypt triggers, and not going to pay for Mana Vault. You're untapped, buddy. We do not want to pay for that. We draw to Epic Experiment. So we're going to get down Manamo, and we're going to go and pop in for a bunch of cards, as many cards as possible, because if we end up going for this and our opponent has spot removal, that's not going to be good. So we're going to target Nin. That's going to be red, blue. And at this point, even if we need to take a turn off, we want to draw as many cards as possible. So we're going to go ahead and tap down that Mana Vault, because that's going to be us drawing into 10 cards. Oh, yeah, I like it. Look at that. And we can get the land drop, and then that's going to be 1, 2, 3, yeah. So not the best, but we do at least have Stitching Time. That's going to allow us to start taking a few extra turns. Resurrection is not so good in this board state, because it's just Gonti. If we want to gain control of Gonti, we can. Let's go and dwindle down our mana base. Get rid of that mountain so we can get down Sulphur Falls for next turn. Yeah, we'll go and get rid of Insurrection. That's not going to help us out too much. And then Dramatic Reversal really allows us for a really good Epic Experiment, so we definitely want to hold on to that. We need to get rid of one more card. Mind's Desire is something we can work towards if we want to build our own little mini storm. Yeah, let's go and get rid of Coalition Relic. Okay, that's fine. All right, so we've got some good stuff. So next turn, we end up going for not untapping Mana Vault. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We tap down Dramatic Reversal. We can untap it, get some extra mana going. Yeah, I think I like this. I like going for this. It'll be a really nice Epic Experiment, and we'll see what sort of shenanigans we can get going off of the Epic Experiment. Also, talking about Epic Experiment, there's a new red card that got spoiled with the Ravnica set, and it's a really good card. It's double red X. You can tap out, deal X damage to any target, and then you can cast a spell from your hand for free that is X or less. Now, it says X or less, like that counts for Ancestral Vision, that counts for Restore Balance, so there's some modern impact. I mean, it's just a really cool card. I cannot wait to add it to this deck. This is pretty much what this deck wants to do, is deal a ton of damage to somebody and cast something for free out of their hand. All right, so let's go for Mana Vault. It's going to choose Tails on this one. Wanted to flip 2 for 2 on our Mana Crypt triggers. And not going to pay for Mana Vault. Nope, we're good, buddy. Drawn to Chaos Wand. Okay. We don't have Paradox Engine down. So let's add our mana to the mana pool. Let's go Soul Ring. Let's go Failware Stone. Let's go Mana Crypt. Let's add blue. Let's go for Dramatic Reversal. Need to pay 1 more mana. At this point right now, we want to get leave up as much colored mana as possible. So untap them. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Tap down Mana Vault again. Go for black, and let's go for this Epic Experiment. Yes, this is going to be beautiful. Yeah, we want to do this. Okay. So it's going to be red and then blue. End up with an epic experiment for 13. I think that sounds pretty good. All right, so we're going to go for 13. Ah, that's not too bad. We still end up with a bunch of Gerblins. I was always hoping for something just a little bit more, but we'll take it. Now, is there any certain way we want to sequence this? We've got red mana for Seething Song. Then unfortunately, we don't have any blue mana for Epic Experiment. Knowledge. Yeah, let's do this. So we're going to go for... We'll put Seething Song on the stack because I think that counts as a... Yeah, so we go for Brainstorm. Yeah, because we cast that. I think that counts towards the... Okay, yeah, it does. I just want to make sure we were stacking this correctly. All right, so we're going to go for Brainstorm. We're going to cast Seething Song. We're going to go for Knowledge Exploration, targeting our opponent. Then we're going to go for Empty the Warren. So that'll be Storm 6. That'll be some really nice goblins on the battlefield. As you can tell, we didn't end up with something crazy, but simply hitting and Empty the Warrens off that Epic Experiment was more than enough for us. I mean, look, it's turn 5. Look at all these Gerblins. I like it. We're going to get Knowledge Exploitation too. You know what? I think I realized I've called it Knowledge Exploration for a long time now, and it's Exploitation. That is not good. All right, now what do we want to cast? There's a lot of stuff. We can exile, target permanent, read the bones. Shout out to our opponent for sticking this one out. I really appreciate that. They've got 3 cards left in the hand. Yeah, I think we end up going for him to Turok. Yeah, because if they've got a board wipe, we don't want them to have anything else. So, and add the extra mana to our mana pool. We're going to go for Brainstorm. At this point, we're just looking for a red spell to cast. Okay, so we put 2 cards back on top of our library. Let's put Care Keep, and we'll put Chaos Wand back on top. We'll get down the land drop. That's going to be Sulfur Falls. And actually, be just enough for Mind's Desire. No, we need double blue. Never mind, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. So we can't go for Young Pyromancer if we want to. Yeah, let's go for Young Pyromancer. Yeah, I got really excited we could go for that. And we're not going to go for Stitch in Time. Our opponent's been an awesome sport on this one. We're not going to do that. All right, so we're going to end up with a Young Pyromancer token. Go for Young Izzet Charm, draw 2 cards, and discard 2 cards. Let's just go ahead and get rid of... well, hold on. Definitely want to hold on to Spell, Stitch in Time, and I like Care Keep. So we'll get rid of Chaos Wand. Actually, we'll go rid of Care Keep because I like everything else that's in our hand. And then we could Banefire 1, but we're going to hold on to that one. Okay. Good little turn. We're going to pass the turn. We did end up going for him to Turok. We could have gone for something else, but I kind of wanted to attack our opponent's hand and see if we can't just swing in for some goblins. But if our opponent does come across this video, thank you very much for letting that Epic Experiment resolve. I cannot tell you how many times I get Epic Experiment on the stack and somebody scoops. So, to me, we've already won. That's why I was just trying not to. I like playing this deck. I like just kind of putting it through the ropes. When I play Nin Dr. Feelgood, I just want to see what sort of stuff we can do. I don't really care if we win or lose. I just want to see what sort of fun board states we can build. And so, going for him to Turok, we could have gone for something a little bit better. But I liked attacking their hand, at least trying to stop some sort of weird... All right, our opponent gambled for Damnation. That's good. I like it. That was good. They could have gone for Damnation, but at least, hopefully, if it passes back over to our turn, that'll keep us on for Spell Swing. Our opponent's going to scoop it up on that one. I always love when our opponent goes for like some sort of spell that off of gamble, and if they had that card in their hand, they would have not gone for that. So our opponent's going to scoop it up. Once again, shout out to our opponent for letting us resolve that Epic Experiment. We were also 1 blue mana away from getting this Mind's Desire, and in fact, we could have maybe just left up 2 mana off Epic Experiment if we wanted to, and that would have added even some more crazy stuff to Mind's Desire, because we had Storm count like 8 or 9, but yeah, this is exactly what this deck wants to do. Get down a ton of mana as quickly as possible, get down Nin, pop Nin for some cards, or pop a token if we can, and then once we have a ton of mana, just go to town and see what sort of fun shenanigans that we can get going. So, good game to our opponent. Thank them. I've said this a bunch, but it means a lot that we can resolve an Epic Experiment and people not scoop. So anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.